Hello? Hello. Well, Chelsea 1, Fulham 2, and yeah. It is moments like this where, a meme or not, you know, a joke or not, it's games like today that showcased that we are in fact not going to compete for the title this season with performances like that, with results like that, with such a lack of intensity as we've just seen. If Leicester can somehow pull the rabbit out of the hat, then we might be still in with a chance of something. The fact of the matter is, it's just not good enough. It's just not good enough. Yeah, Arsenal have Ipswich, so they can overtake us now. We're now potentially going to finish the year in third place, maybe lower, and that's why it's so unforgiving. And that games like this, you have to take it seriously. You have to show the same level of intent. I just don't understand, like, the thought process, the game plan coming into this game. It just seemed as though it was like, get one goal and then just sit on it the whole game. Gutting result, but let's remember how crap it's been for the last few years. Top 4 is the goal. Yeah, but when we're playing the way we've been playing lately, which is a lot better than we were expecting, there already is an expectation that MARESCA has instilled in the fans. I'm not being entitled or, rash when I say this. We should be winning games like that. We were winning for the majority of the game, and to let it slip like we did just then is ridiculous. And I'm not being entitled by expecting us to win a game like this after the performances we put in lately. It's just a fact that we fucked it completely. He got the game plan wrong. I don't know what is going on with Joao Felix. I don't know why he insists on making substitutions past the 70th minute, or not making substitutions until the 70th minute, more specifically. But it was just poor pretty much the entire game. I just, for that to be our third loss of the season, to lose in that fashion, I just can't understand what the game plan was. I need to hear from MARESCA on what his game plan was here. I need to know why he didn't make more substitutions. We were lacking creativity so much for the entirety of the game. You've got Nkunku on the bench. You've got Joao Felix on the bench. You've got a really hungry Tyreek George on the bench. You've got an absolute terror for defences and the goalkeeper in Mark Guiu. And albeit, yeah, he's not even remotely ready to become the first man. He's only 18 years old, for fuck's sake. But in what we've seen from him over the last couple of games, an injection of intensity that is Mark Guiu would have probably done us a favour in a game like this. It would have picked up the whole squad. It looked like everyone had been on the piss up for Christmas Day, and they're all nursing a hangover, which aren't we all? But I'm not playing in front of 42,000 fucking fans, or like 40,000. It's just so bizarre that we're, you know, losing. We've done so well, and then to lose a game of this significance, West London derby, losing for the first time since 1979. They haven't scored at Stamford Bridge since 2011. So then to then concede twice in the space of 10 minutes, just ridiculous. I need to see the goals back, but no doubt in my mind, the defense should have been doing better. The first goal they scored was just ridiculous, and Colwell and Tosin are just standing there. I think up until they scored, the man of the match was definitely Enzo for me. Maybe Sanchez again, you know. It honestly might have been Sanchez. Palmer, besides his goal, just so fucking wasteful with the ball. That one pass in the first half that he just blasted out for a goal kick. I was so like, what are you doing? And then the shot at the last kick of the game, like, absolutely. I'm so confused why he did that instead of looking for a pass. And I know it's like he knew the time was up, but at the same time, just such a fucking waste. You might as well have just booted it out. I mean, he kind of did, but I don't know what the game plan is now moving forwards. With, you know, there's going to be players that are so frustrated looking at some of the performances there today. I feel like Madueke is now probably going to be vying for a place in the squad again whenever he's back. Sancho just was fucking irritating to watch today again. Neto, it was a pretty Neto performance. Jackson, just, we needed someone to score. And Jackson just wasn't even remotely the player that we needed to get an important goal. The Palmer goal was just fantastic. Completely took everyone by surprise. But for all the criticism Jackson gets, I am someone who defends him. I really do like Jackson. I think he's got qualities to make him a really, really good front man for Chelsea Football Club. But when it matters most, when you need someone to from the depths get the goal to make it 2 as opposed to 1-1, it's all well and good going off sulking and being angry at yourself for having yet another poor performance. But there needs to come a time for Jackson to actually start scoring again and putting chances away. It's not the end of the world. I think it's the first real test that Chelsea will have had under MARESCA, where they need to pick themselves up. We either end on a high against Ipswich on Monday, or we continue to spiral and essentially spiral out of control and lose again and again and draw and drop points left, right and centre, or we take this as a real kick up the arse and see where we go from there, you know. But the fact that we drop points to the point where now Arsenal can overtake us right at the end of the year, that's what frustrates me. That's what frustrates me, because we've been so good. it's on MARESCA today. It's on MARESCA today. And I think he needs a slap on the head for his lack of substitutions. I'm sure he'll come up with some excuse as to why he didn't make any substitutions. That is the question that everyone's asking. I'm sure that's the question that everyone will be asking him after the game. Why were you happy to sit on a 1-0 lead and have 4 substitutions available? Why did you not make a substitution sooner? I feel like he could have made one at half-time. I understand why he didn't, obviously, because we were 1-0 up, so why change something? But to so obviously be on the back foot going into the, I think from about the 50th minute, 55th minute, like as soon as the second half commenced, it was very obvious that something was we weren't going to be able to hold on. We weren't going to be able to hold on. So then to get to the 60th, not making a sub, then getting to the 70th and finally making a substitution, and then it's just an attacking sub. I not that we necessarily need it. Well, I don't know. We just needed to shore up the defense a bit because it was so leaky from the start. I'm surprised we didn't concede earlier, But substitutions just would have absolutely made the difference. I don't know if it's a lack of... Well, the thing is, and I'll get to the super chat in just a second. Thank you very much. The thing is now is that those on the bench that didn't get used will be thinking, well, clearly you don't have trust in me. Clearly you don't believe that I can be a game changer in a game such as this. So, I mean, George and Achimpong can't really complain, but the rest of them, even Cassidy, you could argue. But Felix, he'll be thinking, what the fuck? Guiu would have been sat there thinking, I can fucking make the difference in this game, I promise you. Even Disassi, I know that seems laughable saying bring Disassi on, but even just another defender in that last 10 minutes or so, I think would have made a huge, huge difference just to seal it up. Just to see it out. If you're so desperate to sit on a 1-0 lead, why didn't you bring on another defender? I think Achimpong probably would have been quite a good addition to the defence in that situation. There's just a lot of questions that need answering, and it really isn't the first time that the substitution issue has been raised. I've been beating that drum for a good few weeks now. Sure, the results have been good. The performances have been good. Some not as good as others. But the issue with substitutions, it needs to be addressed. I'm really confused. And it's not the strongest substitute. It's not the strongest bench. But there are players on that bench that would have loved to have come on to at least try and make the difference. To at least try and make an impact. But making one substitution in a game that you've now ended up losing, it's on you. It's on you, MARESCA. This whole thing. Yeah. I think moving forward, certain players, which Owolabi has got the super chat. Neto, Sancho, and Jackson should be dropped. Thank you for the super chat. I do think it's unlikely that will be the case for all three. I could see... Well, I don't know. Because Felix is on the bench. He can't buy a start. He can't buy a minutes in the Premier League. So the likelihood of him starting now over Sancho or Neto or even Jackson, he can't even come on as a substitution. So the idea that anyone thinks that, well, surely it's Felix's time to shine, I don't agree. I don't think that Maresca rates him. I don't think Maresca thinks that he fits his plan. Madueke isn't available for whatever reason. I'm not sure why he was out today, if someone could confirm, but I just think Madueke probably does come in once he's fit. I do think we need to start Nkunku from now on. I think dropping Jackson won't hinder his confidence. His confidence is low as it is already, so maybe dropping him isn't the best idea, but he needs to realize, listen, you know, Nkunku is chomping at the bit to take your spot, and you're not delivering when you should be. So I think he really needs to maybe have some time on the bench. And it's not see it as a punishment so much as just a bit of a wake up call. I'm not saying drop Jackson at all for like forever or like that's the thing now, like that's it. I think Nkunku does get a start against Ipswich. I think he really should. I think it's the perfect game to do that. You know, and I think he just needs a bit of a wake up call. He just doesn't seem like there's all the like full on intensity that I'd like to see. Seems a bit lazy at times. Makes the wrong decisions at times, and it's just the same goes for Sancho in this one. Again, it might well be that they you know, Christmas Day they had one too many glasses of whatever. Shouldn't be the excuse, but it is very convenient that it is the day after Christmas that we drop points in the fashion that we did. It seemed sluggish. It seemed poor. It seemed like the players just weren't 100% compared to the performances that we've seen as of late. So, yeah, Fulham have been decent this season. But I would really think we should be winning a game like that. I really do. Leno was just an absolute nightmare to play against. Bassi was really good. I thought Robinson was really good. I think their whole defense, their whole back line was really, really good. So when you're underperforming and then Fulham, who are probably overperforming, come into a game like this, it always spells danger, you know. It always spells danger. It's a smash and grab result for Fulham. So, you know, fair enough. But I want to see some difference. I want to see a change. I want to see people held accountable. I want to see Enzo take account for, you know, the result going the way that it did. But I also want to see players made to be held accountable and dropped, and the depth, the whole depth of the squad being as good as it is. I want people to see that you are going to get dropped if you don't put in the performance that you need to do. You're going to get dropped because there is X, Y, Z on the bench ready to take your spot. But yeah, fuming, absolutely fuming. Please do like the stream. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, and hit the bell notification to be notified of any future content on the channel, of which I'm fairly sure I might do a player ratings tomorrow. I'll see how I feel. I might do. I feel like we need to go over a few things, but yeah, if not, that is the last video. This is the last video, last stream of the year. Thank you very much for all the support this year. Can't thank you enough. We finally hit 10,000 subscribers, so it's obviously a massive, massive year. Hopefully we do even better next year. Have a wonderful New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, all that good stuff. best of luck to you and your families, everything. And yeah, it's hopefully we get the result against Ipswich. We'll see how it goes. With that said, pains me to do it today, but it ends o'clock. For the last time this season, again, Happy New Year. All the best. I love you all. And see you later.